Hello everybody, this is Justin Armistead. I am back with another video. What you can tell by the title is Gay and Depression. The stuff that I have faced about being rejected, bullied, and harassed by my family, friends, and classmates. Okay. Back when I first came out in, I think it was 2009. I was 13 years old then. It was before I turned 14. And I remember coming out to my parents, and both are conservative Christians. They did not approve. And that's one of the things that you fear, is the fear of rejection from your parents because of who you are. And I started questioning myself. Why did they reject me and all this kind of stuff? And it kind of brings you down and brings you into a state of depression because, if your family cannot accept you, how can other people accept you? But what I learned firsthand is, if you cannot accept yourself, how can others accept you? So, with me understanding myself and accepting myself for who I am, that kind of gave me an impression like, hey, if others cannot accept me, I have to accept myself for who I am. Because, you're going to find supporters. You're going to find people that oppose you in life. But, at the same time, at the age of 13, you have a lot of questions going through your mind regarding your sexual orientation, regarding rejection, of the fear that your parents are going to do that. But I can say that my parents did not kick me out of the house, thank God, for being gay, because I know some of the teenagers that's being brought up in conservative Christian homes, they are being rejected, or they are being sent to a type of therapy called conversion therapy that would change your sexual orientation, supposedly, but it does not work. It just brings emotional stress on you at the end. But yeah, I remember also when I was entering high school, 9th grade, this guy that was one of my friends, supposedly, but we did not hang out. We did not hang out after school or nothing. We on top because we were classmates. But I remember sitting in my desk, and I looked over at him, and he was trying to blow me a kiss. I'm like, okay, now I know you're straight. I know you don't like men. So technically in my mind, I'm like, why are you doing this? And he kept on doing it, like every other day. So it kind of just brought like harassment on me, because nobody has ever done that. If you're a straight male, then I know you're harassing me because I'm gay, and you think I'm feminine and not going to stand up for myself. But I did not stand up for myself back then. No, I didn't. I know I should have, but that was the time right there, because at the age of 14, I was only worried about classes, getting my grades up, and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't really focused on what people was saying to me and all this kind of stuff. But there was sometimes that I did stand up in high school. What else? There was a time in zoology class that I was standing up for another boy that I kind of liked, but we were just friends and nothing else. But I was standing up for him, and this girl screamed out across the room, like, why are you taking up for him, and all this kind of stuff. And it really got on my nerves and all this kind of stuff. So I was like, oh, whatever, okay. So I just sat there and just like said, I don't know what just went on, but hey, I'm just going to focus on me. But yeah, I have been depressed. Depression has been one of the main factors. If you're gay, you can understand this, because we live in a straight society that that thinks that like men should date women, women should date men, and all this. But it is very hard, especially when you're looking for a relationship or any kind of that, because you got men looking at women and all that, being straight, but you like a person, but the person is straight, and I've had a lot of those encounters, because also when you're trying to find a relationship, it is hard, because you don't know if the person's going to like you, what the person thinks of you, what's going to happen down the road. You do not know all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you can be depressed because you're single, you don't have a boyfriend, and all this kind of stuff. Vice versa, if you're a lesbian, stuff like that. And I have been, having those feelings since I have not been in a relationship since 2016. I have not been in a relationship since 2016. I look at relationships. I'm like, oh Lord, I wish I could have that. I've been in a lot of those state of minds where, like, hey, I want to get out there, find someone, but at the same time, I'm looking at relationships, like, how happy they are and stuff like that, and it really kind of brings you down because you don't have one, but besides that, the main focus is accepting yourself for who you are. Find goals, find things that you want to achieve in life. When you see these type of problems coming, do not let nobody separate you from you, because you know what, you're great, and always remember that you have supporters that love you, and to hell with the haters, because it's you that you have to please at the end, not nobody else. And don't be like me at 13 to 14-year-old trying to please everybody, because I finally figured out in high school that you cannot please everybody, because once you please somebody, you're going to have somebody that opposes it, so you can't please everybody. So always be yourself, love yourself. I know you might face times when you're depressed about certain issues, when you're within the coming out process or finding a relationship, but always say yourself, be yourself regardless of what others think. And guess what? I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for the support. If you guys haven't subscribed yet to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell for the notifications of when I'll be uploading another video. Love you guys. Thanks so much. Peace out. Thank y'all.